Mark Bright, the Crystal Palace captain, on Ross McLaren. The referee did not see it, but I did. I had a perfect view of that incident, and when McLaren played the ball away, it seemed to me that Mark Bright clearly went over the top. He's calling Andy Gray towards him, and that's not the right player. That's a case of mistaken identity, and the real culprit, Mark Bright, comes in. Well, he's got a whole huddle of players around him now, and he's laying the law down. And Mr. Hackett has ended up giving a free kick to Swindon, but I think taking no further action. Indeed, he's not even going to give a free kick. It's going to be a drop ball on the halfway line. Well, really, had the referee seen that incident as clearly as our camera did, I feel he would have taken strong action. On to Shearer, who was brought down by Thorne. And the home crowd here not at all happy with some of the tackling that's gone on in the opening stages. Andy Thorne actually came off worst in this challenge. Thorne will continue under that kind of pressure, but he doesn't look too sure, does he? McLaren with the free kick for Swindon. Calderwood, the captain, getting up well. And the ball deflected behind for a goal kick. Taylor had got forward well in support of the other centre-half, Calderwood, but nothing came of it for Swindon. Flicked on by Roger. Hazard meets it. Simpson in midfield. Beaten to it by Osborne. The long ball forward then towards Bright. Gabbiadini's in behind him. Gabbiadini in a good position here. And the goalkeeper did well. So too did Calderwood, because Gabbiadini was ready to strike then. Things haven't been going well for him at Crystal Palace, but Nicky Hammond, the goalkeeper, with the aid of his captain Calderwood, denied him what would have been a very good chance then. Meantime, they have a corner, whipped in dangerously to the near post, cleared by Adrian Vivash. And Thorne's limping. I can't see he's going to continue for much longer. And I think John Humphrey will have to come on here for Palace. I can't see how Thorne can continue, and indeed, in the end, he does come on, and that'll require even more reorganisation by Palace. Osborne keeping play going for Palace. Gray straight at McLaren. Shearer looking for Foley, but gives it away to Osborne. And now Roger. Gabbiadini. Bright with a little layoff, back to Gabbiadini again, and that was good work by David Kerslake, getting in ahead of the Crystal Palace striker. Eric Young gives away the foul. His challenge on Duncan Shearer, getting the free kick. Young complaining about it. Shearer goes forward for the resulting free kick. Hazard leaves it to Kerslake to swing it dangerously in. It was just over the head of Duncan Shearer. Very unlucky for Swindon, that. A beautifully worked free kick. Little touch here by Hazard. Kerslake got a nice angle on the cross, and Shearer was inches away from the header. Shearer beaten by Young. This is Gabbiadini. Now Andy Gray. Mr. Hackett plays an inadvertent part in the attack. Roger. Coleman. That's a goal kick. McLaren, that was dangerous. And Hazard's given it away now. And Osborne goes forward and he could score here. It's a great tackle by Calderwood. Absolutely brilliant. Still danger. Gray's shot, and it's found the net. And Swindon have thrown away a goal there, really. Andy Gray celebrates his 7th goal of the season. The man whose late equaliser denied Birmingham City in the previous round. But really, that was sloppy work by Swindon. They got themselves in a terrible mess. 32 minutes gone, and Crystal Palace take the lead. The shot by Gray, accurate into the corner of the net, but it's what went before it, really, that got Swindon into trouble there. They almost made a mess of that. Hammond's throw, Hazard's mistake. Young Osborne was denied by an absolutely brilliant tackle here by Calderwood. But Palace kept working away at it. That was a great ball. Bright to Gray. 1-0. And immediately at the other end, Swindon came close to rattling the Palace rearguard, but the header never really good enough to trouble Nigel Martyn. So Andy Gray, the scourge of the Midlands in this competition this season. Calderwood. That's not a bad effort, is it? That really was a superb effort from all of 30, 35 yards by Ross McLaren. He drove that one in very dangerously. Swindon's best moment of the half. That's the end of a disappointing first 45 minutes. The football untidy at times, and a particularly untidy moment for Swindon when Andy Gray managed to give Crystal Palace the lead after they got themselves into all kinds of trouble at the back. One moment of hope when McLaren hit a good long shot, well saved by Nigel Martyn, but at half-time at the county ground, it's the First Division team who lead Swindon Town by 1-0. A cold night here, and I'm sure the older of the Swindon supporters will remember the greatest day in the club's history when they actually won the League Cup at Wembley 22 years ago, in the days of Don Rogers and all. So Swindon Town get the second half underway, trailing here by 1-0. They've lost their way a little bit recently. They've gone 6 matches without a win, despite having a marvellous start to the season when they lost just twice in their first 15 games. Nicky Hammond will be one of those anxious to make up for the catalogue of errors that led to Palace's goal in the first half. At the other end, Nigel Martyn has been very, very safe indeed for Palace. Myvash, Roger and Young get it back into the Swindon half. Then Gabbiadini looking for Brighton. That was a good ball out to Humphrey. On it goes to Osborne, and a dangerous cross, but it could have been even more dangerous really for Swindon, because Coleman, amongst others, was unmarked on the far post, and I think Humphrey was also frustrated at the depth of Osborne's cross. Well, Glenn Hoddle and his assistant, the former Tottenham player John Gorman, must be very frustrated at the way things have gone for their side tonight. And Vivash dispossessed by Roger, but still Swindon come forward now. Hazard and Shearer got the attempted header all wrong. Not been at his best so far tonight, Duncan Shearer. And suddenly it's Swindon backpedaling. McLaren. Well, that was a risky ball, wasn't it, to Calderwood? It's amazing they will play football in any situations at all, Swindon. When you think the great lump up field might be appropriate, they still knock it about. Good to see in a way. Simpson. Not a bad effort, and it took a wicked little deflection. Simpson again proving that he's the player with the explosive pace in the middle of the field that Swindon are going to really need tonight. To a deflection, goal kick. Andy Thorne, who went off injured in the first half, obviously looked serious. McLaren finding Taylor out on the left. Hazard. Good ball. Shearer. Well saved. Swindon's best opening so far. Shearer frustrated by Nigel Martin, but Swindon have the corner. Could this be the moment for Swindon to draw level? Fitzroy Simpson will take the kick. And he'll curl it in wickedly on the wind, I would think. But not quite wickedly enough for Swindon's benefit. But Hazard is out there to win the ball back again. Kersley. Oh, that's nice skill. And turned on towards Shearer. And here's Taylor. It was a great challenge by Eric Young, but Sean Taylor will know that he should have reacted a split second quicker, perhaps. McLaren sprinting well to clean things up at the other end. And Taylor just denied by Eric Young's long leg. Andy Gray's throw. And he receives the ball back again. Wicked ball in. Offside, though. Free kick to Swindon. Hazard. That's a good ball. Jones has teed things up nicely here. Oh, and still it could break, but now neither White nor Shearer nor Hazard could get the ball down and get a shot on target. Jones has done well since coming on as a substitute. He's opened things up a little bit. Just wouldn't sit down for any of the Swindon trio. Very deep kick that was by Martin, and Bright's the first to reach it. Ooh, that was close. They got an ooh, and a pretty dismissive one from the Swindon supporters, but, well, it was dangerous. And it stemmed directly from Nigel Martin's goal kick. Vintage Palace style, that. Simpson doing well for Swindon. And I thought he was foul then, and so does Mr. Hackett. Not afraid to run at players, Fitzroy Simpson. And he's got the pace and good close control to make it work. He's gained the free kick here, and it's chipped in towards Taylor. Ooh, it was a good save again. Nigel Martin doing well. He's been faultless tonight, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. It was a good flighted free kick in here. I think Taylor was the first to head it. He was. Good goalkeeping. Handball by Gabbiadini. Marco Gabbiadini's had a frustrating night, and I think it might be about to end in more frustration for him. He's going to be substituted. Well, the substitution hasn't taken place yet. As Southgate turns it back dangerously into the path of Shearer, and that man, Nigel Martin, first to the ball again. He has been quite outstanding for Crystal Palace, the goalkeeper. First to everything, even a dodgy back pass like that. Calderwood getting there ahead of White. But that's a poor back pass. And just at the moment when Swindon wanted to keep possession and keep going forward, they've thrown away a corner. Osborne will take the kick, and he's in no great hurry to do so, as he proves by keeping the ball out in that corner. But Swindon do well to get it back. Played forward to close. It's gone out, though. Throw in. We're into the final minute now. And Swindon's hopes of snatching a draw out of this have almost receded. This could be their final big push, perhaps. Hazard leading the charge. McLaren. Kerslake. And he's done well here, Kerslake, and still well. And the shot by Simpson deflected behind for a corner. So close, not quite close enough, but they do have this corner kick as we move into stoppage time. And it goes towards Taylor, never quite reached him. Mark Bright gets it clear. Hazard playing it straight back in again, but it's offside against Sean Close. And that might just be the end for Swindon. They've been looking forward to this match so much to show that their brand of skillful football would be good enough to beat Nigel Martin and his First Division teammates. It hasn't been the way. Palace have been too strong on the night. And they're going forward again here with Osborne, although he's quite happy to take the ball out into the corner just to kill a bit of time. Humphrey. Swindon get the throw. And this really could be their last attack. It is, and it didn't come early enough to save them. Disappointment for Glenn Hoddle, but Crystal Palace go through to the quarter-finals. Just one goal in it. Andy Gray scoring in the first half. Nigel Martin quite superb in the Palace goal, but Swindon simply didn't trouble him often enough. They played some nice approach football, but in the goal mouth where it really matters, they weren't sharp enough. And they've lost here to Gray's goal. The final score at the county ground: Swindon Town 0, Crystal Palace 1.
Then a frustrating night for you. Did you feel you'd done enough in the end to earn a replay?
Certainly did, yes. Yeah, I think if you look at the two goalkeepers, theirs and ours, theirs certainly had more to do than ours. Some of the football we played second half I was very pleased with. Created a few chances, and at the end of the day could have ended up, certainly getting a replay if not winning the match, yeah.
The goal you gave away must have been very disappointing, a very messy affair, wasn't it?
Absolute suicide. I mean, since we've been here, we've been building up from the back, and that is the first time we've ever got caught. And it's a hard lesson that we're going to have to learn. There's certain times to do it, but you don't tempt fate twice like we did. And it's a lesson we've got to learn from, but it's cost us the game, I'm afraid.
When you get a night like this, a disappointment, does it ever make you feel that perhaps there are times when you should compromise your philosophy about the way the game should be played?
Well, I don't understand the question, what you're saying. I mean, you saw now we've played out there in the second half, and really, we could have won the match, should have won the match. There was only one team in it, so why should we compromise?
But as Roger reports, it could all have ended so differently.
Swindon goalkeeper Hammond's risky throw catches Hazard unawares, enabling Osborne to attack. Calderwood's superb tackle stops that, but Bright cuts the ball back nicely, and Andy Gray scores. Nicky Hammond never got an angle on his throw. That led to the problem, and Gray has put the ball in the net after 32 minutes. But Swindon could have been back in within a minute. Hazard, whose free kicks were a feature. Taylor, though, no power in the strike. Second half, and Hazard's perfect free kick again. White, a good header, but goalkeeper Martin having a good night. Swindon's manager?
I was very pleased, particularly in the second half. I thought in the first half it was a 50-50 battle. There was a lot of stoppages. Palace seemed to want to keep us out of our flow. After giving a suicidal goal, which is the first time we've done that. But in the second half performance, we played some fantastic football, and really was the side that looked like we were going to go on and win the match.